Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is Refuge from Narcissism. And this refugee video is sponsored by contribution from Julia. And Julia, I just read a story from her. These are a little out of order. Okay, Julia's from You Can't Convince the Borderline. You're not going to convince the people. I'm sorry, I don't even. I'm sorry. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. You can't expose the borderline to anyone. She has the borderline histrionic sister-in-law who's lazy as fuck, living with her brother in the parents' house, driving the mother crazy. So, update. Thank you so much, Ali. I've watched this video several times now because I think it's very good advice. I wanted to give you an update. I left a PayPal donation because this update is so long. You can use my real name because I am fed up at this point, and I don't care if any of my family hears this video. And that's exactly the point I just made in my last video. Okay, you're not doing anything by hiding as anonymous. You're not. What the narcissist fears most is fucking exposure. And exposure that they can't stand right in your face and try to talk you down about and gaslight you over. They hate this shit. They hate this shit because it's just out there. It's just out there. The narcissist always fears what they can't control. Always. That's why they're obsessed with controlling everything. That don't mean matter if it's the narcissist in your personal life or that fucking communist that's trying to destroy society. It's the same fucking playbook. Before I watched the last video you made for me, I confronted the borderline. Maybe it was the wrong thing to do, but I just couldn't let it go. I was mad because she and my brother had sat my mother down and talked to her for over an hour how I'm the problem, and this is what they do. Isolate, triangulate, okay? Confront, brainwash. Same playbook. She told my mother that she knows I don't like her and I'm causing all the problems in the family. No. Not your fucking lazy ass at whatever goddamn age you are, living in your husband's childhood bedroom as you're throwing histrionic breakdown after histrionic breakdown every time you don't get your fucking way. I knew that they went through my mother because neither one of them had the balls to come to me with the problem they have with me and my daughter. I confronted the borderline and told her that she and my brother owed my mother an apology for being so disrespectful to make her go between her or a messenger, or to make her a go-between or a messenger. You know who you should really be mad for, Julia, is the disrespect she's showing you. See, you're still kind of using your mother as a go-between as well because, yeah, she's abusing your mother, but she's abusing you and your daughter. That's what you lead with, okay? Because you're giving her out. No, bitch, I have a problem with how you treat everybody, specifically me and my daughter and my mother. Should be your daughter first, you second, your mother third. Get the hierarchy right, okay, of what you're confronting her over. No, bitch, it's about me. It's about me, my daughter, and my mother. I said that will not happen again. If you have a problem with me or my daughter, you come to me directly. The borderline began saying, we didn't know she would come to you. Of course not. Well, why did you know? Exactly. They thought that their power of confrontation and isolation is so strong they don't even fucking consider. They think they're so convincing and they're so persuasive that the thought of their target then turning around and informing their real target of what's going on, it never even fucking crossed their minds. That's how high of an opinion they have of themselves and their abilities. They fear what they cannot control. I said, that is bullshit. You knew she would tell me what you said, and you are right. No, 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 no. She did not believe that. She didn't believe it. No, 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 no. Because if that was the case, she'd do it publicly. There would be no reason to confront her alone. There wouldn't be. There wouldn't be. It's not a matter of they don't have fucking balls. They don't. Yeah, they don't have balls, but that's not the real fucking issue here. It's not the real issue. It's their playbook. It's how they fucking operate. It's all of them. It's what they do. They don't confront you. They don't confront you directly unless they absolutely have to, and you have them in a fucking corner. Because they're cowards. They fear what they can't control. They see your mother as the weak link, and the idea of your mother turning around and telling you, no, they didn't believe that. I promise you that. You knew she would tell me what you said, and you are right. I don't like you. I don't like anyone that has a problem with my daughter or doesn't like my daughter. And this is why she didn't come to you directly, because she didn't want to hear this. She doesn't want to hear that she's not liked. You have said nasty things about homosexuals in front of her. I don't have to like you, but I can respect you as my brother's wife, just as you can respect me as his sister. No, why? Why would you respect her? She hasn't earned. Why are you giving the narcissist any respect? They don't earn any respect. She's never going to respect you. So don't put up some kind of faux front of you're going to respect her. I've got nothing to respect you about, bitch. You're living in my mother's house in my brother's childhood room. What is to expect? You have fucking lost every job you've had. Jobs I have fucking put my name and reputation to get you. What is to respect? They haven't earned your respect. Don't respect her. Fuck that. She immediately started yelling. You don't know the meaning of the word respect. You should look it up in the dictionary. That's why you don't use the word respect other than I have none. I have none for you. That is the only time the word respect should come up with the narcissist or the borderline, is to inform them that you have none for them. None. None. What has she done to earn respect from anybody? Nothing. What have you done to earn anybody's respect? I would ask her, Julia. You tell me. You tell me what you have done to earn anybody's respect. Least of all mine. I told her maybe you should tell me what the definite good. Well, there's a good start. You put it back on them and watch them crumble. She pointed her finger at me and yelled, just leave. This is our home. There you go. Can't answer the question. Can't answer the question. So now I'm going to throw my supposed weight or authority around. This is our home. They're entitled to everything. Everything is theirs. There's nothing the borderline. There's nothing the baby boomer. They're not boomers. There's nothing the narcissist, the communist does not feel entitled to. Nothing. Nothing. I said, no, this is my mother's home, and she allows you to live here. She got angry and called up my brother on the phone and put him on speakerphone. She started yelling, and she was the only one yelling. I was very calm as she screamed at the top of her lungs. Daniel, I can't take this anymore. Your sister is here telling me that she doesn't like me and that this isn't our home. Facts! Facts! They don't want to hear facts. Facts hurt them. That's all true. It's not your home, and I don't like you. What's the fucking problem? What's the problem? I'm leaving. I can't live like this. I'm packing my bags right now. Bye, bitch. Bye, bitch. You want me to call you a fucking truck? Want me to call you a fucking truck? You haul what? 2 men in a truck is all like. I'll pay for you to get out of this house. I'll pay for you to get out of this house. Show her how serious you are. Bye, bitch. Bye. You need help? You need an extra luggage? You need some bag? What do you need? Boxes, tape? Tell me what you need for you to get the fuck up out of here. Because we both know you ain't going no place. You ain't going nowhere. She pretended to pack some things by going to her dresser and grabbing a couple shirts. She threw the shirts down on the bed and grabbed her purse instead. My mother had come upstairs by this time and started pleading with her. This is what I'm trying to tell you about your mother. This is what I'm trying to tell you about your mother. Okay, you can't save her. Karen, please don't leave. Karen, calm down. Why would your mother... See, here's the thing, Julia. You're trying to save your mother. She don't want to be saved. As sad as that is, you're going to have to establish what kind of relationship you actually want to have with your mother, because she's lying in her bed and she's got a lie in it. You can't save her. After all that, okay? And I got to question what your mother's motives are, because why would she have told you in the first place? She rushed past my mother and I said, yeah, just run away. You do this every time you don't get your way and you want attention. My mother turned to me and said, are you willing to lose your brother over this? Because that's what's going to happen if she comes home and she isn't here. Oh, poor baby. Poor baby. Poor baby. I said, let her go. She'll be back. She's not going to leave. This is all a ploy for attention. My mother went downstairs and was still freaking out. I told her that Karen needs psychological help. She said, yes, your brother has said that over and over, that maybe she needs to go see a counselor. Karen drove off and we had no idea where she had gone. Who cares? She's a grown-ass woman. Who cares? So your brother admits she has a problem. Your mother knows she has a fucking problem, but yet she's begging her to fucking stay there. Why? To make him happy. I got to question your husband. Your brother, again, is a son husband. Son husband. Son husband. You can't fight this, Julia. You can't. You have to accept it for what it is. In the meantime, my brother came home from work. She had called him at work, so he had come home trying to stop her from leaving. My brother said, let's take this outside. Outside? What? Like you're going to fight out on the front lawn? What? I said, no, I'm not going outside with you. Whatever you have to say, you could say it in this kitchen in front of our mother. My mother left the room and my brother proceeded to tear into me. Why would your mother leave the fucking room? See, your mother's orchestrating a lot of this, and you may not want to have to accept that, but your mother's orchestrating a lot of this. Thriving in the chaos. I stayed several feet away from him because he had his fist balled and was shaking. He looked like he wanted to hit me, and I was actually concerned that it might come to that. He told me how he has been angry with me for years because I don't have the conviction of the Holy Spirit. And that I'm raising my children to be godless sinners. I'm God. I'm God. I'm God. I pass judgment. That's what he's telling you. He's dangerous. He accused me of being a bad mother and that I have disrespectful children. I told him it was none of his damn business how I raised my children. Well, you know what I would say? Well, at least they're children. You're married to a fucking adult child, Danny. Danny boy. Hey, Danny boy. You're married to an adult fucking child. Okay? Whatever you think or say about my children, whatever, I don't have a problem with it. But even if they did do something wrong, they're children. What's your cunt wife's fucking problem? What's her fucking problem, Danny boy? Danny boy. pussy. I said, you are not their father. He didn't listen to this and still kept saying, yes, but you're not raising your children right. Hey, go fuck yourself. How about that? How about you manage your fucking wife right? Why don't you start there, guy? I told him again, it's none of your business. He began to tell me how when he was going to my parents' liberal church, that he was a sinner, and now he's going to this King James Version only church, and that he has the conviction of the Holy Spirit. Really? Really? The Holy Spirit? How would the Holy Spirit feel about you and your fucking cunt of a wife confronting your mother to turn against her sister? Really? Where's that in the King James Bible, dummy? Fucking fraud. Fucking fraud. I've never felt so judged, of course. But that's what he does. That's why these narcissists turn to these fucking extreme religions, so they can judge you. They can judge you with a sense of divinity from a deity. They're not your deity. They're cowards. They're pussies. They're afraid of exposure. That's why they hide behind a fucking Bible. He wanted me to feel ashamed of how I lived my life and how I raised my kids. He said anyone is disrespectful to my parents if they cross the threshold of their house and speak a curse word. He said my mother has cried herself to sleep multiple nights over my language and my children's language. I know that's a completely made up story, and he was just trying to act holier than thou. Well, you should have called your mother because she was in the house. Hey, Ma, come here. You crying yourself to sleep? You should have confronted that shit right there. And if your mother started hemming and hawing, you should have just walked out. It's like, you know what? You all deserve each other. You all deserve each other. You cannot save them here, Julia. You can't. You can't. He was really trying to make me ashamed. I said it took him over 40 years to find someone, and that now I probably driven his wife away. Oh, it's your fault his wife is a borderline. It's your fault. See, all they ever want to do is push blame for their own fuck-ups, for their own cowardice. He started to cry at this point. And just he started to cry at this point and said, you just don't know the burden that Karen bears and how she has the weight of the world on her shoulders. I said she needs psychological help. She can't continue to hold everyone hostage with her behavior or run upstairs like a little girl every time she doesn't get her way or she wants attention. I said she is not an adult. She is a child in a woman's body. Exactly. Good. Exactly the point I told you to make. He wouldn't listen to me. He just kept saying, but she's my wife, and then went back to my behavior and the fact that I'm raising a homosexual daughter and he doesn't accept that lifestyle. I said, if you don't accept my daughter, then you don't accept me either. I finally had to insist I leave because I had adult things to do. My kids needed to go to karate practice, and I had groceries to buy. I had actual adult parent things to do instead of standing around arguing with him. I never knew my brother had so much anger, and he is obviously a very angry and mad person. He's also a spoiled toddler in a man's body. He brought up things I had done from years and years ago, and even brought up my former marriage and how he never liked my husband, and that by getting married, I had stopped being his sister 16 years ago. So he can get married to a fucking raging borderline lunatic, but if you do it, it's a problem. Again, rules for thee, not for me. Rules for thee, not for me. This is why they confront your mother and not you. This is why your mother walks out of the fucking room when all this is going down. Your mother isn't innocent in all this. She is completely complicit. Completely and totally complicit. If she's not partially marionetting these two. My brother is so narcissistic and self-righteous, at this point I don't care if I ever see him again. I want nothing to do with him. The drama with his wife continued after our discussion. I heard from my mom later that Karen had driven herself to a local park. She always does this when she doesn't run up to her room. If she leaves, she goes to the park and has a large lake and woods. I wonder if this burden my brother speaks about is really her going to this park and threatening to throw herself in the lake. Oh, God. Of course. Go ahead. Go jump in the lake. Literally, go jump in the lake. If the narcissist wants to jump in the lake, let them. If the borderline wants to, let them. Why would go? Go! 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 Have a nice swim, dummy. Have a nice swim. Maybe she has secretly been suicidal to him. She might have threatened it. Okay, she'll never do it. Never do it. I don't know for sure if she is truly a borderline. At some point, I think she will pull the suicide ploy on him. Big surprise that he managed to convince her to come home. She got the attention she wanted from that spectacle. I think you are right that I will have to go no contact with my mother as well as my brother. I really don't want to go no contact because I love my mother and I think she's being taken advantage of and manipulated by these horrible people. No, she's complicit. The borderlines, enablers are always complicit. Always, 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 always. Your mother left the kitchen so your brother could tear into you. Like she didn't know that was going down. Sorry, your mother is complicit. Right now, I have told her that no drama will come from my side. I have told her that Karen is going to eventually find something else to get upset about, even if I or my daughter are no longer her targets. It's now just a waiting game to see what drama she comes up with next. Well, we got some holidays coming up. Gee whiz. Got 2 holidays coming up. Tick tock. I think with me staying away from her home for the foreseeable future, my mother will become the target and Karen will reveal her true colors. Your mother's already been the target. That's why your mother is perpetrating this. This is why your mother's telling you what's being said. So the main target is always you, Julia. Your mother's complicit. You're right that my mother is a bridge that I can't afford to keep. Anyways, thank you again for the advice and your insight on these dangerous borderlines. Your videos on borderlines are very unique on YouTube. I have tried to search other videos to help deal with these people, and most of the time they just make excuses for their behavior. You can never make it. There are no excuses for the borderline. None. There is no. The only thing you can do with the borderline is call them out. There are no excuses. You actually call these people out for what they are, monsters. At least you have given me a starting point and good practical advice to get these nasty borderlines out of my life and my children's lives. Thank you again, Ollie, and take care. Sincerely, Julia. Well, Julia, it seems like you've already come to most of these conclusions on your own. Okay? Even though you're still not seeing all the ins and outs of the dynamic that's going on here, your mother is complicit. All your mother is doing is making sure you remain the main focus of all her attacks, because that's the easiest way for her to roll. And she don't want your son leaving. She don't want Karen leaving. She don't want Danny Boy leaving. And she don't want Karen leaving. Because the enabler thrives in the chaos as well. The borderline's enabler thrives in the chaos. period. You can't help her. You can't save her. She made her bed. Let her lie in it. So I hope that helps. Thank you again, Julia, for another contribution and story. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, something you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up a Skype phone call, have a private video made, you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful. Because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all of this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been Refuge from Narcissism. Take care.